Hey class, how's it going? It's Nico. This is your lecture for the day. Or for the week rather. Uh, Looking back at the syllabus, I realize we have jumped around a little bit, and one of the things that we have not actually covered is the blog. Some of you folks who have either taken the digital marketing class, digital marketing design 43, 41, or are currently in it will notice that some of the links this week are similar to that. Basically what we're doing, what I need done this week is the construction of your blog. A lot of you already have this, and I totally understand it, and that's totally fine. However, I need to make it an assignment for those who don't have it, so that they have it moving forward. So yeah, that's the deal. That's the reason that we are doing a blog this week. So if you have a blog, then you're totally cool. And excuse me. Um, if you have a blog, then you're cool, and it's going to be a really easy week for you. If you don't have a blog, this is when you need to make it. Um, I highly, highly recommend that you buy your own domain name and you build your blog there. I can't stress this enough. I highly recommend that. Make sure that you control your own name. I know we've talked about this a little bit, but this is buy your name, start a website, start a blog so that you've got something on there. We're going to be blogging a little bit throughout the rest of the semester just so that we've got some ways to put content up that is that's along the lines of types of things that you're actually interested in being found for in search. So this is the week where you start your blog. If you if you've never done this before, you're probably going to have a million questions. Look through the tutorials because WordPress is amazing with their tutorials, and pretty much anything that you can imagine, somebody's gone through it and somebody has posted a tutorial explaining exactly how to do it. If you have questions beyond that, you can email me. I will do my best to help you out, but for the most part, everything can totally be taken care of in the tutorials, and that's a heck of a lot faster than trying to get a hold of me. So check out the tutorials. This does need to be made in WordPress. If you have a blog that is not in WordPress right now, I'm not going to force you into WordPress. However, the reason that WordPress is wonderful is because it's incredibly user-friendly. It's open source, meaning there are literally tens of thousands of people in Dallas, Fort Worth, who know and can operate on WordPress, and it's really easy to find somebody to help you. There's great WordPress groups that are around. There's meetup groups. There's all sorts of stuff online that is incredibly beneficial because it's open source. You have the it's basically one of those things that everybody keeps constantly working on and constantly trying to improve. So it comes in. Open source software is absolutely, in my opinion, the way to go. So you have so many options when you're dealing with an open source platform that excuse me, I just got back from South by, and it was exhausting. Um, you've got so many options when you're looking at open source software that it's one of the best ways to go just because you are keeping those options open. Um, yeah, that's pretty much the deal. So it does need to be in WordPress. I'm not going to force you to change to WordPress if you have your own blog built in Drupal or something along those lines. Then yeah, that's cool. You can go ahead and keep it. I am going to go ahead and say that unless you email me with a really good reason, Tumblr is not going to count as a blog. Tumblr, it works a different way, and it's used for different things. It's got very different interactivity, and at the end of the day, it's still not your website. The, the biggest thing that I can impart to you with this is owning your content. Um, Facebook is a perfect example of ways that you can expect in in a platform that you do not own your content, but it's incredibly useful regardless. If you have a website and it goes down, you can fix it. If you have a Facebook page and it goes down, you are completely at the mercy of Facebook as to when they get it back up, when they get to your tickets, what exactly is going to happen when they get it up, if they can get it back up. It's one of those things that you have got to be in control of your content, especially where this is the baseline, this is the repository of everything that you are doing online. It all needs to be directed towards a site that you own, a site that you control. It is not Facebook. Facebook is great as a promotional tool. It should never, ever, ever be your website, ever. That's insane. Just the frequency in which they change their privacy terms and what they will and will not allow on their pages. It's just nuts for anybody to just use Facebook as their website, because you never know. Facebook could completely disappear and your entire online presence is gone if that happens. It's probably not going to happen, but the word's probably. You never know. You know that if you own your website, that is not going anywhere. And that is my biggest thing that hopefully I can convince you. Own your content. It is so incredibly important to own your content. That's why websites are absolutely vital. There you go. I feel like I've stressed it enough. Own your content. So your assignment this week is going to be your blog. Create a blog, and after you have a blog, we can move forward. Next week, here's another kind of interesting thing. Next week, I was planning on talking about setting up your listening station. Google, on the Friday or Thursday of South by Southwest, announced that they are shutting down Google Reader. Google Reader is the device that I've used for all of my listening stations every single time that I've made one. So now I have to go find something that is going to replace what I was doing with Google Reader as far as setting up a listening station. And it was incredibly frustrating, because the week before spring break is the week that I had in my digital marketing class that we set up our Google Reader. I literally did a lecture on Monday, and on Tuesday started seeing things in the reader that weren't really making sense, and I had a lot of kids email me asking, I don't understand why this is happening. It looks fine on your lecture, but it's not working for me. And then I started hearing a little bit more. 3 days later, they announced that they're shutting down Google Reader. If it is free online, you are not the customer. You are the product. Own your own website. Please own your own website. Okay, so if you have any questions, shoot me an email. And otherwise, I'm around. Sometime in the next couple of weeks, we'll probably do a check-in meeting where I will meet up with everybody and just kind of see how everything's going. I'm really sorry for the coughing. I apologize. I hope you've turned your speakers down accordingly. Okay, have a great week, and talk to you later.